Hey, welcome to our episode of Chad's Beer Reviews. Outside, super hot, 90 degrees, feels like 100. Logan Cat's out here with me. So I figure we need a really light beer to go with this heat. This is a local, well, Florida beer from Three Sons Brewing Company, Light Crispy Boys American Lager. Now that's quality. Only 4.2 ABV. There's a canning date on here. I think that's actually March 15th. The C is March. So yeah, as you can hear, the cicadas are out. So I poured it into the mug, which I haven't used in a while. Kind of looks like a hazy IPA. I mean, it's like a really cloudy lager. That is pale gold, I guess you could call it, like a straw. Quite hazy, big white sudsy foam. Actually, it's still hanging around. Let's give it a whiff. I actually get a little bit of lemon peel. I think there's like some fruity esters on here. I mean, this could be an ale for all I know, but yeah, I'm not getting corn or rice or any kind of like dirty, grainy kind of smell you get like in a lot of beers with the name light in the name. So I don't know what else to say. Let's dive in here. Cheers. All right, well, it didn't smell like a light lager, but it does taste like a light lager. So it is actually a little sweet, kind of like a cereal kind of flavor, like corn pops or Rice Krispies, something. I think there might be like corn grits in this, which is fine. I mean, it's a light lager. It could be a cream ale for all I know. You know what it reminds me of? It actually reminds me of a Kolsch. And actually, maybe that's what it is, because a Kolsch is technically a lager ale hybrid. So like it could be an ale, which would explain that kind of fruity, esters. But it's lagered at cold temperatures. So that's what kind of like why Kolsch is a lager ale hybrid, and also why they might call this an actual American lager. Yeah, so I think what we have here is a Kolsch. I get like a tiny little bit of like green pear, kind of green apple, and I don't mean like acetaldehyde. Does not taste like Budweiser. It does have like a kind of a little bit of like kind of a metallic, tinny kind of character. That could be acetaldehyde. But yeah, otherwise, I think we're drinking a Kolsch here, maybe a cream ale. I'm trying to pick out like the actual ingredients. The hops are quite faint here, which it doesn't matter if it's cream ale, Kolsch, or American lager. That's pretty standard across all of them. Like sub 20 IBUs, sometimes sub 10 IBUs. Just like tiny little bit of like maybe a spicy kind of hop character. And like I said, kind of like a cereal grain malt. Like there might be a slight kind of corniness to it, which is fine. That to me doesn't taste like, soup or certainly not like malt liquor or anything. 4.2 ABV, really refreshing. They're calling this Light Crispy Boys. That's what like all Instagram and everybody calls, light fizzy yellow beers now. And it is highly carbonated, but it also has like a smooth texture to it. So it's not exactly like a hazy IPA, like that kind of smooth creaminess, but for a, what you would expect to be a light lager, and especially because just going off the appearance there, again, it makes me think I'm drinking a Kolsch, which actually is unfiltered, so it gives it like kind of like a smooth, little bit of like, almost like an oaty texture. There could be oats in this for all I know. Yeah, it has like a little bit of like a sweet aftertaste. Yeah, so I mean, I drank this outside right now because it's super hot. I've been working all day. I need something refreshing while my dinner is cooking. And this really hits the spot, I will say. I got this at Total Wine, but I can't remember how much I paid for it. But like, this is something I would want to have like a 6-pack or, well, maybe a 4-pack in the fridge. Next time I go back to Total Wine, if this is cheap, I would pick up some more, because it is what they're delivering on. Although I would say, if you're an actual super hardcore beer nerd like me, you might think like, oh, this is actually probably a Kolsch or cream ale, not a lager. Or, just, I mean, look at that. Does that look like Bud Light to you? That's way too cloudy. Don't usually tend to like beers like this, but it's tasty. It's really easy to drink, and I think it was relatively cheap. Relatively by today's standards. I think it was like $3.99 for this can. As far as the score for the light crispy boys, I like it solid, 4 out of 5, maybe even 4 1/4, maybe. As always, follow me on Instagram and Intapped, and you'll see what the final score is. I do tweak it by a quarter or even half star between now and then. As always, if you watch all the way in, you know you're awesome. Thanks for watching. I will see you guys for Tuesday Night Beer School. Cheers.
Somebody brewed it, Chad just reviewed it. Thanks for watching Chad's Beer Review. Trust me, the next episode will be a lot better.